Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through! It's been a long time getting from there to here. It's been a long road, but our time is finally here. For Fumble Through.
Fumble through.
Fumble through.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
reward that.
I didn't even warm up. That was wonderful. But we are a podcast that boldly goes where no man has gone before and slides through dimensions without a trace of hesitation. Now, if you get that, and you're my kind of people. Is anyone
Right.
around this time?
No, we're not your kind
No
of people.
one gets that?
I get the first one,
What one?
to boldly go.
Yeah.
That's sliders. Sliding
And-
through dimensions.
Yeah.
Sliders.
But why does that link to the beginning?
Oh, because it's
The
I
theme
used to be
song?
Quantum Leap.
That was
or
the theme song from
for
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because both of them have doors that open
But
sideways.
Our time is finally here.
I thought you were trying to link
And
Captain
I would
Archer
dream
with
and
sliders. I was
dream.
like, that's not sliders, that's Quantum Leap, mate. But yeah.
No, sliding through dimensions.
Yeah,
which
gotcha.
is,
I
you know.
thought the song was you were trying to find a song that you could fit Fumble Through into it.
No, I could have done that easily. It
Go on
just
then.
goes like this. Fumble through.
No, a new one. Go on. You said you can do it easy. New song.
What?
One
Fit
of the
Fumble
things
Through
that's
into it.
really fun when you edit it is trying to get someone who's talking while Justin's singing. You cannot pick out the voice. It's just all song. And there's sometimes Justin just like singing to himself while we're talking, and then we can't hear that thing, and the audience at home won't hear it because I have to edit that shit
I
out.
love to sing.
Just like that. You might be having a conversation, but you just come over the top of the
I'm
song.
not listening. Fumble through.
Maybe we should put like a on the weekend I was trying to record I was playing a game with some mate. I was trying to record it just in case something funny happened. Something funny really did happen. But then when I looked back at it, I forgot to record my voice. I only recorded his. Maybe that should be like a paywall for us.
What we
That-
put
Without
Justin's
Justin's
voice
voice.
on a paywall.
Yeah. Everyone, it's just us three, and it's the same content, but you don't hear Justin.
It's an interesting idea, but he talks so loud we cannot isolate him from everyone else's microphone.
Also, I mean, it'd be really boring because it's mostly you just being silent.
Yep.
Rest my case.
Yep. You can kill the conversation.
Because there's no room for you to speak. Anyway, look, guys, it has been a week. So, hello out there, good people in Radio Land and fellow life forms in the room. Hello in here as well. I'm tired today. I'm really tired. So, I'm really looking forward to how much I can mess up every word that I try to speak good.
It's our last episode in September.
Woo!
We're moving into the Octobers.
Yeah.
Socials. We have Instagram. We have Facebook. We have TikTok. They're all doing pretty good. I'm doing a lot more TikToks. I find them amusing. I don't know. Are you guys following my TikToks?
I'm not like TikTok anymore.
Oh.
I don't have TikTok.
I'm on TikTok,
Yeah, I know you're on TikTok.
not yours.
Oh.
I already have a substantial problem
Isn't
with
that's the saddest
is-
thing of it. Look at his face. He's so upset right now. It's like,
thing is-
I'm
I
putting
am.
so much work into this.
Yeah.
And then two of us are like, I
I would love
can't.
to. I've got a
can't.
problem with
Yeah.
YouTube Reels. I literally had to have my wife have an intervention with me for TikTok.
Would you like me to message your wife and ask for permission, and I will put like a
TikTok ban.
Maybe if I just
I could
borrow
put
your phone
parental-
when I come
Yeah,
and
just
record.
a little
yeah.
bit. Just give me a minute. Just give me a
Just
minute.
a
Just give me a minute.
Just a taste.
That's the thing I was.
The first one's free. The next one you got to pay for.
I'll put parental control on it for TikTok.
Just the one account.
Yeah, parental control that only lets you watch our TikToks.
Just Lindsay.
Yeah.
That'll
Hey, it's
cure
not-
your TikTok.
It's not just me. It's because it's our TikTok.
Sure.
Well, we are contributing. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
It's the company's TikTok.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yes, you're right, Luke. That will cure you of your
Just a taste.
need.
Just a taste.
Oh, look, I am certain you're doing great work, Lindsay. There are times where you send stuff and I want to engage with it, but I'm just too scared of jumping back in. Like, I don't want to get back to the point where I've started in the morning. I just wake up and I'm like, I'll just do a quick scroll. And then I go back to bed again because it's nighttime.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like a 5-minute toilet break turns into an hour. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, everything's out. Been out for
I don't
ages.
get that. I don't understand TikTok.
I don't get it either. Who has a 5-minute toilet break?
Yeah, then you get up to walk and your legs are numb.
Yeah, that's it.
I honestly don't understand
hanging
TikTok.
out, like-
Like certain things I get why it's on TikTok, but then there's other stuff I'm just like, I don't understand. So like yesterday I put a TikTok up that's saying I've been told I need to post a TikTok every day to promote the podcast. So this is it. This is a TikTok.
How many views?
Couple of hundred. But like that was it.
Brilliant.
That was it. And I didn't know what else to post. So I posted that.
Well,
So I'm just,
get that algorithm. We don't know what it is. Anyway. So, Fumble Fridge. What do we got here,
Oh,
bro?
to the fridge, right. So, a couple of reasons for this beverage this week. First reason, and the reason why it stood out for me, was the saying on the packet, all for beer, beer for all. And it reminded me of the Musketeers, and I thought that was a good one.
Can you name all 4 Musketeers?
D'Artagnan.
Yep, Steve, Sebastian.
No, that's the invisible guy.
You
that
want me to
follows you
name
around.
them, or do you want me to know their names?
Yeah, it's written by Alex Dumbass.
Porthos, wasn't it? One of them?
Porthos, Athos, D'Artagnan, and
Aramis.
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 Yes.
The cologne.
Yes. Well, I just remember from D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers when I was a kid growing up.
Yeah. So that was one reason to pick this. The other one, or the next one, was we're getting flight paths changed over my house.
Oh.
So there's a plane on the packet that kind of took my fancy, but
Reminds
also
you of Donnie Darko.
it's called Flight Path, so that was pretty good.
Oh, nice.
And the last reason was because I've been thinking about Nikron's inability to take flight in the last couple
Indoors,
of episodes.
yeah.
So last week we wanted to talk to the medicinal products that he needed to solve his issues.
I'm loving the picture. Once again, the hops.
Yeah,
Before you open
hops
that.
on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The engines.
This one's by Stockade Brew Company.
Love it.
It's called Flight Path Pale Ale, and then I read the description and check this. Full flavored, easy drinking, boasting fresh tropical fruit notes that sit on top of a biscuit and aromatic malt
biscuit and
backdrop.
aromatic.
Welcome aboard.
What's that got to do with a plane? A biscuit and aromatic.
You get biscuits on a plane.
You got to risk it for the biscuit.
That's hilarious. Go.
All right,
Let's go.
giving it the
Over we go.
nose. Giving it the nose.
Oh, it smells fruity.
Oh, it does smell fruity. It's very beer-like.
Hey, Justin.
Oh, it's going to be a good
Next
night.
time we come to record, can you bring your ukulele?
Yeah.
I just want you to
Oh,
play
get
what you
fucked.
taste.
Oh. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I could drink this all day.
That's how we measure a beer. Oh, that is surprisingly.
Isn't it just?
You know what? I sniffed that and it's got a heaviness to it and a hopsiness that I thought I wasn't going to like. It's a lot lighter than I thought it was and a lot sweeter as well.
So it's cloudier than
that
previous beers. It's not as see-through. It doesn't have the kind of
oh, there's definitely a
effervescence that
pineapple-y.
others have.
There's a bit of pineapple
It's
in
all right, I'm not
Citrusy,
talking.
fruity.
Don't worry about it.
it. I like this beer.
Right.
I like this beer.
It's basically Lindsay, I think you'll find.
He's so vociferous.
I actually have I have something to add to this. So, we're talking about biscuity.
Yeah.
From the start, the beer industry adopted relevant verbiage to explain these styles to drinkers, from nutty, biscuity porters to citrusy, peppery tripels.
Tripel. What the hell's a tripel?
I have no idea. Just thought that was
Isn't
interesting.
he a comedian? Dave Chappelle?
So I'd like to talk to Stockade Brew Company and say thank you. That's a really lovely beer. I think it's got the lovely tropical notes to it, and it's got a real nice fullness that kind of sits on the tongue beautifully and slides down very easily. Thanks, dudes. Thanks. I know that took a lot.
Can I say?
I really did.
I have a real feeling tonight's going to go off the fucking rails. There is a.
Well, my
a
daughter
real
packed
feeling.
me a backup character, so I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it Big Bird? Because we've already got one of those.
Nope.
How do you spell tripel?
TRIPEL.
Triple.
Just after a double and a single.
Just how I like my whiskey.
It might be triple, but I think
I don't think it
tripel
is.
sounds better.
I think tripel is right. I think you've got it. You nailed it, Lindsay.
Thanks, Brett.
Thanks for joining into the beer conversation today.
I just thought it was easier if I didn't.
The type of malt.
Is it?
So a tripel is a Belgian style, looking at this, or some type of malt in making a beer.
This
So-
one isn't.
I had actually never heard of that word in my
In,
life.
the,
this one
in
isn't-
the Low Countries is what they say.
This
yeah.
one's mentioned biscuity, not tripel. That was
Yeah,
just
yes.
a different word.
No, I just had
But
never
still,
heard the
yeah,
term
I'd never-
tripel
yeah.
before.
Same. I probably would have read it as triple.
I'd like to take into this episode all for us and us for all. Is that all for? Let's do it.
All for fun and fun for all.
Oh, I like it, Lindsay. Good save. Well picked up. Brewed by Tribe Breweries in New South Wales.
And with that, we come straight to this week's Dicey Question. We have been doing a few Dicey questions about kind of ethereal things, concepts, things that we think in our brains. But today it's about facts. It's about lists. Brett's going to love this because the Dicey Question is this. What are the best movies that have dragons in them?
Oh.
That's it. And I think we should start by writing a list and then choosing our top 5 as a group. Voting on what the top 5 is. So we should write down what are the movies. Brett, pen,
Can I
go.
just hang on? Can I just clarify something?
Yes.
Do we mean the best dragon in a movie or the best movie with a dragon?
The best movies that have dragons in them.
Are we talking proper dragons? Because like none of the dragons in Game of Thrones are dragons,
It's not a movie.
Why?
but they're also not dragons
are they not- how are they
Wyverns,
not dragons?
dragons.
because they have wings attached to their front arms instead of 4 legs.
And what does that make them?
She's the mother of
Wyverns.
kind of not
By-
dragons.
By what metric? Because I mean, we're talking about a fictional creature here, right?
Shut up! That's the rules. D&D, I guess.
Yeah. That's why it's Luke who likes to clarify. He's upset because you've stolen his mustard. All right. So name some movies with dragons in them. What are the things that come to mind first? Go.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire. Love it.
Oh.
Love it. Great movie.
Aragon.
Aragon. Oh, How to Train Your.
Oh, that's a good
That
movie.
is a good movie.
How to Train. Is someone writing these down?
No.
Dragonheart.
Oh, I was just about to say that one. Yeah, is that the one with Sean Connery does the voice?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
right.
What about The Hobbit?
Smaug.
Smaug.
Hello, Smaug. I'm coming to get you.
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Is that the one with the dragon?
Is
in
that a
it?
dragon? Does that pass the test?
Well, there's the dragon at the bottom of
No,
Gringotts.
but yes, we're going for that.
There's a dragon at the bottom of Gringotts. What about
But
the
again, it
Dungeons
has
and
its wings attached, but we're ignoring
the
that.
Dungeons and Dragons movie?
The new one.
Mm-hmm. Has a dragon in it. What are some other movies with dragons? I was trying to think of like classic
Puff the
80s.
Magic.
Oh, yes,
What about
yes.
Peter? Or Pete's Dragon, is it?
Yeah, Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
So the problem with doing
Oh,
this
the
is it
never-ending
might be
story?
on the list.
Oh, yes.
so
the Luck Dragon.
some of these are on my list. That's the problem with this part of it.
What do you mean? No, but this is where,
is this the
where
whole thing?
this
This is the
is
list.
it. And now we're
There's
going
no-
to choose from
Oh,
this
okay.
to
So-
make a group top 5.
Shang-Chi.
Oh,
dragons at the end of
Shang-Chi.
that.
Yeah, there's
I
a
didn't
lot of
mind them.
dragons.
The water
in that.
dragons.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of blocked that movie out of my mind
Yeah,
for some
that's
reason.
actually a really good one as well. I did
I love
enjoy
those
that one.
dragons.
Ryla and the Last Dragon, whatever it is, that Disney one. I've only watched it.
Oh,
once.
yeah,
Raya.
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 Yeah.
The Dragonlance movie, animated, although it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The dragons are cool.
Mm-hmm. Dragon D's.
I thought this would be a longer list than it actually is.
I am struggling actually. I was hoping something like sword and sorcery movies from the 80s would have, but they
Okay.
just didn't have dragons because
Like
they
Sword in the
Sword in the
Stone.
Stone. Yeah, just literally.
It
Damn
was
it, that's
all-
twice you've done that.
It was
to me.
all animated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was
Yes,
all
and
animated.
there's only a very small snippet of the dragon when they're doing the wizard's duel.
Okay, so even with what we've done then, what is the best of the dragon movies? What's
I'm
the
not
best
sure
movie?
we've exhausted our list here.
Okay, go.
Uh,
The Last Dragon. It was a kung fu movie. It doesn't Enter the Dragon.
No.
Black Cauldron. Do you
Never
remember
heard
Black
of it.
Cauldron?
No.
Yeah, I'm discounting him because he's got a phone in his hand.
I'm going to look.
I couldn't
Anyone
remember
that's
the-
looking it up
I
on their
couldn't remember
device.
the name.
Was there a dragon in Monster Hunter?
Yeah, I feel like there was a dragon in Monster Hunter.
Shazam.
Was there a dragon in
The
Shazam?
sequel one there was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Second
Okay.
one.
When?
Monster Hunter, you're right, yeah. That's
Is Godzilla a dragon?
No.
No, he's an iguana.
He's a
no,
gaiju.
high stand with
An
He's a
iguana.
gaiju.
Yeah. He's a radioactive iguana.
Is
He's a
he?
gaiju.
Shrek.
Oh, yeah, there's a dragon in Shrek.
Yeah, there
Nice. That's a
definitely
good
is a-
one. That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
I feel like we're
Shrek 2?
just picking up. Oh,
Is there a
okay,
dragon in
Dragon
Willow?
Heart
Is there
2,
a
Dragon
dragon in
Heart
There's a
3,
Hydra in Willow.
A Hydra.
Dragon
see.
Is
Heart
it?
4, Dragon Heart 5. There are 5 of them.
Is there any in those Percy Jacksons?
Oh, I feel like there might
Is
be,
that
but
Norse
I don't
mythology?
No, it's Greek, isn't it? Or,
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't-
You're right. You're right.
I
You're
don't
right. No,
know.
yeah, it's Greek.
Because
You're right.
there's Medusas and
Yeah, there's Poseidon
Anyway.
and all that jazz.
know. I know so far which one I would put at number 1 of my dragon movies.
Now again,
Mhm.
are we just talking like the whole movie in its
The
entirety,
best
or the back
movie
with the
with a dragon in it. Not the best dragon in a movie. The best movie
Can we
with
do
a
best dragon in the movie as well?
we can, Luke. Yes, we can. Yes, and
The fat one from D&D is my favorite.
Yeah,
He was excellent. The
that-
D&D movie.
that whole scene was fun. The bit with the bridge.
Yeah.
What was
So
that dragon
good.
called?
I can't even remember.
Dragon or something?
Yeah, he was one that's under. He's on one of the D&D books. So, but yes, he's my favorite. And then the other one for me would be the legless dragon from How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless.
No, the legless one.
The fat one.
Yes, toothless. There's only one
Got a
dragon.
thing for fat dragons, haven't we?
Makes me feel good.
He likes it because they dragon themselves around.
Okay, so did you say favorite movie? We do a favorite movie now.
Themba Child is the
We do a favorite movie.
dragon.
Yes.
What
Okay.
was the favorite
Can I go
one?
first?
Yeah.
Right, Never Ending Story.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Movie
The
with
Luck Dragon.
Yeah.
The luck dragon.
Yep.
Mhm.
Love that movie.
Mhm.
I'm sure it doesn't hold up. I haven't watched it for a long time, but
It
in my
holds up.
brain, I'm like, that
It holds
movie
up.
is amazing.
I've got to go back to it. I can't remember it.
Holds up.
Atreyu.
I can't remember
Bastion,
it.
say
it.
my name.
I cannot remember it.
It's good.
Hi, I'm Brett. So what's your name?
Why are you feeding me dog food? All right, what have you got, Lindsay? What's the one that you're like, that's the best movie with a dragon in it?
I'm going to go Sword in the Stone.
Sword in the Stone.
Because that's one-
that is a hard.
That is such a good movie.
Going
though.
through
Is
this
it though?
list.
My kids, we went for a
Yeah.
spat where my kids did watch that
Yeah.
day after day after day after
Oh,
day.
I find that really hard to get through. I probably haven't been back a long time, but I remember not engaging too well with it.
that is good.
Going through this list, it's anyone I've watched multiple times. Reign of Fire, I've watched multiple
Rain of
times.
Fire is
is
mine.
good.
Rain of Fire is
But-
my number one with a bullet. I love
Yeah.
that movie. I think that movie's amazing.
It is very
I
different.
think Woody Harrelson in that movie
Yeah,
is
it's Woody Harrelson,
so
isn't it?
damn
Is it
good.
Woody Harrelson?
In a tank, yes.
Is it him in the tank? I thought it was.
Yeah, he's in the tank, and it's Batman who is the main
I
character.
know that, yeah, Christian Bale does
Yeah.
the main guy, but I thought it was. I didn't think it was Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
Woody
it was Magic Mike. What's his name?
Channing Tatum.
No, in Wolf
Dwayne
of Wall
Johnson.
Street. No, he's Dallas. The Dallas.
Oh, you are right. It is Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, you are right.
That fucking hell. Got there. I knew I was right.
I love the jump from Magic Mike to Channing Tatum.
He is there.
He is. What? Yeah. Yeah, no. All right. Jared Butler's in that movie as well.
He
Gerard
is,
I
yeah.
haven't
Butler.
watched that one for a very long time.
It is a really
Rain of Fire.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a very good movie that was at its time, I believe, a kind of a B grade movie, and it came out
a
of
bit of a
left.
cult following.
it came
Actually,
out of
Christian
left
Bale's earlier stuff,
field.
wasn't it? Because there was that, and then there's the other one where they're in the future dystopian, emotionally
Where they have the gun
repressed,
cutter. The
Equilibrium.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great movie as
That's
well.
a great movie as well.
Isn't that
No dragon
Chris
there.
Nolan movie as well? I'm fairly sure Equilibrium's Chris Nolan.
Mm.
Okay, then, Brett. All right. Yeah.
Well, look, Pete and the Dragon, the first movie, I remember that from my childhood, and I'm very, very fond. And the remake of it was really good. I really like that. But I think the one I like the most is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
That's fucking thin.
I don't know. None of them really jump out at me. Nothing really kind of.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing that I go, I want to watch that movie again. Oh, yeah, nothing is.
Right.
Like, I love.
I just
How
remember
to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon is a very good movie, and I do love it, and will watch that movie again. I think that whole series is amazing. I really do, and the TV show, and I think it's fantastic. But
I just remember Neverending Story as a youngster. I think it was probably the first movie that took me on an emotional roller coaster.
Can we do a watch party on Neverending Story?
Sure.
I'd really love to watch that with you guys. I think that'd be really cool.
Great. Get the kids in,
All right,
terrify
we'll
them.
be back in an hour and a half.
Oh, shit.
Imagine. Aragon's a pretty good movie.
Aragon's good. Oh, look, it's a little weak as a movie. The book is better, and you need to go through Aragon and Eldest and the whole kind of series to make it work. But it's a typical story that every kind of coming-of-age kid with a magical ability that doesn't know he's got it, or a dragon or whatever.
Or a dragon.
Yeah, it's you look at the Polgara and what's that series, Belgarath series. Belgariad, same kind of thing. This kid's got a magical power. He doesn't know. You look at Star Wars, the kid's got a magical power.
It's the tale. It is that tale,
right?
yeah.
So that's Aragon. I'm like, that's done. Like, it's just a dragon as the foil on that one, or the kind of the instigation of that thing. Pete's Dragon's the same thing. Like, it's a kid with a dragon, but they made that movie with a dragon, or with an ape, or with a Loch Ness monster, or a whale, or they're all right. I mean, I might be in a really bad mood tonight. That might be at risk of using the word dragon and taint in the same sentence. That might be tainting my opinion. Yeah.
So yeah, great. I'm glad that you took us down a road of all the dragon movies are shit. That's not a good one. Not a good one.
I didn't say they're shit.
I mean, The Hobbit is.
I hated that movie.
Really?
I hated that movie.
Well, actually, it's three.
It was
Isn't it? The problem is, it's
terrible.
one movie
It's not
too
good.
many. I think.
Is it?
It should have been
dwarves
too.
in
It's
barrels
too much,
going
yeah.
down, and there's too much in there that I just went, oh, why are we doing this?
It's like they got the Lord of the Rings,
So-
they stretched that into 3 movies, and they stretched the Hobbit into 3 movies, and you look at the books, it's like, well, actually, Lord of the Rings probably needed a 4th movie, if anything, or make the balloon the movies bigger, and the Hobbit didn't need that much.
What about Dragonheart though? Like, do you remember watching Dragonheart with Sean Connery?
Yeah, that was good.
The last,
Yeah, it was
he's the
great.
last dragon living in the cave,
Yeah.
and the knight comes to defeat him, and he's like, "What are you doing here, dragon?"
Hello there.
Yeah, stop it! Don't lose your head. I'm the last of the Egyptians. Highlander.
Yeah, that's exactly where my brain, I think, in
That's
the
great.
movie.
Did I see something about they're doing a remake of that with Henry Cavill as the Highlander?
TV show.
TV show?
TV show.
Okay, I'm Connor McLeod from the clan Witcher.
Nice.
So, anyway, moving on. So, top 5 dragon
Not like a
movies.
peeping Tom then, but there we go.
Well, I just thought I'd record and see how long it takes someone to realize I hadn't spoken in
we
about 10
saw-
minutes.
Oh, I gave you eyebrows a couple of times, I think.
We were all ignoring it. We were
Yeah.
trying to play natural. Good chat, guys. I thought that was going to be a little more interesting than it was.
There are a lot of good movies with dragons in them. And, my list as we were talking through was Dragonlance, Shang-Chi. I really like the dragons in Shang-Chi. I love how they did that and made them the Chinese kind of version of the dragons, and the way that they intertwined and provided the magic. I thought that was really, really cool. And, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's good.
So I wouldn't give Shang. Yeah. I didn't know.
I loved
I liked the
thought
action in
that
it.
was
I
a
didn't
good
love the movie.
I loved that movie.
I didn't. I was very marveled out by that.
Oh,
time
yeah, I
too.
marveled out way before
Yeah,
that,
you
but that
did.
brought me back a little bit. at least
Yeah,
there.
I think so too.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at marveled has been a word. I'm marveled out.
Marveled out. So marveled
Marvel
out, I
fatigue.
cancelled my box.
That's Mrs.
Let's
Marvel.
get marveled.
Let's get marveled.
But Pete's Dragon, I think, was the one that kind of I went, oh, that's the one that hit my heart the most.
It is interesting that there are so few movies that are amazing with dragons. With I think if you picked other types of movies, you would probably stumble across so many, but I guess they're so hard to depict in movies. Like even the CGI dragons, you could probably, and I haven't been back to Dragonheart for a while, but I assume you go back there and the CGI is pretty ordinary. I was watching the first Dungeons and Dragons movie that's got dragons in it, and that the CGI in that is atrocious.
Well, that's
It
like
is
even now, if you
so
go
bad.
back and watch Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
I remember being blown away at the time when that first came out, and then you go back now and it's a bit like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's ooh
Rendering.
But the Hobbit did it well. The Hobbit put a dragon in a movie very well.
So did Harry Potter.
Don't remember it.
I was just looking at the dragons from Dragonheart.
Yeah.
It actually looks like graphics from World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So it's maybe we need to.
It's also challenging because I've read so many dragon books. The mythology of a dragon in my head is so much larger than what any movie can do.
What
justice.
the reality of it?
Well, you can't get all of that, the feeling of fear, all of that thing that you get in a book when you talk to a dragon.
That's what I thought The Hobbit did really well, because there was a scale to Smaug that was really quite intimidating.
Yeah.
Like huge.
And then mocap.
And in the Horde of Gold, all of that stuff worked
real
really well.
Classic kind of.
But even
dragon.
that's why the D&D movie made it for me so much as well, because you expected this grandiose dragon, and here's this just over this hedonistic kind of.
But even the lead up to that scene as well was just fantastic, right?
But still hugely scary and hugely powerful, and like you wouldn't want to mess with him at all. Like they literally got out of there just with the
skin of their teeth,
that's right. But such a really nice take on a dragon, and really well done as well.
What's the one in the beginning of the movie? The dragon gets shot by like a ballista, and the scale, like there's this guy running around the village shooting at the dragon, flying overhead from different vantage points, and then shoots something into the. Is that Dragonheart?
I think it might be.
Is that one?
That sounds like the end of The Hobbit.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
It also sounds a bit like Aragorn.
No, there's one where this dragon's attacking the village, and he gets like this arrow and gets like a scale over its heart, or gets a ballista into its heart, something like that.
That's The Hobbit.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even talked about the TV show with Daenerys Targaryen riding the dragons, and
not a movie though, not a movie.
We kind of moved
Lindsay
out.
already clarified
I
that
do believe
dragon.
that TV probably does dragons better than movies do, because maybe they scale them down and it's okay for them not to look as real, or not to. So when you see them on TV, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'll do that. But I mean, everything about Game of Thrones is.
So what other TV shows have had dragons in it?
Angel, that had a dragon in it.
Right at the very last.
Right at the
episode.
very,
And it was
very end.
It was a shadow. Right.
In there, I don't know. There's probably.
I'm genuinely interested. I can't think of any off the top of my head that have.
But here's the challenge:
The Witcher The Witcher had a dragon?
It has
Dragon
not had
Prince?
a normal dragon in. They have more the wyvern.
Animated thing.
Yeah.
They have more the wyvern kinds. Oh yeah, the Dragon Prince has
What was
got
that
dragons
animated
left,
show where
right,
they're
and center.
hunting dragons all the time? What was that one? Dakota?
Fame. What? Dakota?
Is it called Dakota?
I don't know.
Dragon Hunter?
Oh no,
On Netflix.
I don't think I've seen that.
Let me just check that.
Anyway, if you have some movies that you'd like us to watch, especially if we've glaringly missed something out, there is someone screaming at the radio right now, go, you missed this really obvious one. Just hit Lindsay up on TikTok.
Yep, do it.
And Lindsay can, maybe while we're watching Neverending Story, we can TikTok ourselves.
Everyone that messages me.
Poignant moments, we can show Brett crying.
Everyone that messages me
Sleeping.
Everyone that messages me a TikTok dragon, I will do a TikTok dance back.
The dragon dance.
Yep.
Gentlemen, can I congratulate you? Last week, you guys did a really magnificent job. You were in the middle of Axe Home. You have sorted this shit out. You've cleared the entire place. There is nothing left for you to do. There are a couple of rooms, I'm going to tell you, but spoiler alert, there is nothing in there. There's some refuse. There's nothing really of note. So there's some collapsed tunnels down the side that you eventually go through. Yes, there's signs of ghouls in there and rot, but it's mostly just bones and a bit of a junkyard where people have been eaten and thrown and tossed out. But Axe Home becomes your haven. So you can now do what you wish with this. But on top of that, just for extra content, you also go up to level 6.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
bury the lead last session.
Tell ya.
Oh, can we do that now? Can we do it now?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go.
Before we go to sleep and level up, Maradius would like to pull out the stones and send a message to the village.
Pull out your stones. Get on
Yep, dragging these nuts.
Yes. Hello. Who is this?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
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 Is this on? Can you hear me?
Are you there?
We've cleared Axe home. Click twice if you get this.
Please leave a message.
We've cleared it out. It's safe to come. You can make your way over to the come over.
Maradius, are you fine?
We're fine. How are you?
We're all fine here.
That was
Boring conversation anyway.
Yes, we can. Is the path clear to Axholm? Did you see anything?
A couple of Yetis, be on your guard. A couple of wolves, be on your guard. But travel as a pack, you should be okay. And it's all safe here. We're going to get the gates open. We'll work on the gates as you travel here.
Will we see you back here? Or are you traveling on or staying?
We'll make sure that this place is opened up for you. And then I'm not sure if we should move it along or not. We probably need a night's rest to think on it.
And a night's rest is exactly what you will get. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Take these gloves.
Oh.
Maradius, man, you should take these gloves, man. I've got. What's your strength, man?
Well, I don't like to talk about my strength in monetary terms or numerical terms, but if I was going to put a number to it out of 20, I'd go somewhere around the 15s.
Oh man, the same as me. You should take them because you hit things more than I do, man.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Boosts your strengths up to 19, man.
Does it now?
Yeah, it braces your arms in a really good way, man. Feels good.
And it's called Gloves of
Ogre Power.
I will do that. I will do that. I do. I'd like to. Nycrit, you okay? Would you like to get outside and get some fresh air? We seem to have completed the task.
I feel I need to take a break from the mushrooms. I need some fresh air, some fresh water.
Oh.
And maybe something else to eat.
Other than a mushroom?
I'm ravenous.
Well, let's see if we can get these gates open and get you out, unless you want to fly back up the chimney and
no, that's it. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure we've got a sense that we've cleared. We're okay here.
I think so. I think we have it secure. So
I just need to stretch my wings and fly around for a little bit and find somewhere to
go to
roost.
The mustering hall. There seemed to be some height there.
Indeed. I'll take a running start.
Perch up on that balcony.
Yeah. Are my eyes pink?
You do look like you've got some pink
They're
eye.
very sore.
Are they?
Yes, very sore.
Well, your pupils have been very large for a long, long time.
Very bright in here. Very bright.
Yep. It's the darkest dwarven tunnel I've been in. But, yes, you may find it very bright.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Flood, how are you? You well?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm feeling tip top, man.
Some that Grandinar stuff you did was useful.
Thanks, man. Would you like to join our faith?
No, I'm good. I'm just going to go over here for a second, and I'll come back in a little while.
Okay, man. Before you guys go, thank you for helping me clear this, and I'll definitely look after all your people here before I head out and send my message back to the Grundanar Peace Corps. Do you want me to help you guys take down that dragon, dude?
Oh, yes, the dragon. The dragon.
The dragon is the primary objective, and any who wish to join in that quest are welcome.
I mean, I've done my job now, man, so I'm kind of like a free agent as long as no one else takes this back. in evil hands, man. So,
I think this place is not secure until the dragon is taken care of. So if that's tied to your quest,
well, I
then
mean, I'm happy to help you out,
we
man.
would gladly have your companionship at a distance.
Okay. I mean, it's better if you stay close.
It's true. That's true. It's just the wafting of the smoke and the.
I mean, that's just a blessing of Grundanar. Man, you ever gone to one of those other temples where they have the big censers they swing around?
Oh yeah,
It's just like that,
I don't
man.
like that.
Sorry, dude, but that's the way the cookie
I mean, yours
crumbles.
is a bit. Yours is a little bit sweeter and a little bit more palatable on the nose. I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
You'll get used to it, man.
Yeah, maybe that's what's happening. Certainly better than those dwarves smelled.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate it.
We don't all smell like that, man.
Ah, it's true. Yes.
Cool.
Right.
Cool. It's nice meeting you guys. Let's have a nap, eh?
Nap down.
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's have a bite to eat.
How often in your life have you said those words? Nice meeting you. Let's have a nap. Nice meeting you. Let's have a nap.
Do you want to roll for HP?
Do you reckon that's how kids work? Like I can imagine like a kid, like two kids meet each other. Nice meeting you. Want to have a nap? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Oh, they go on to their mat.
Are you okay if we take a long rest now, Justin?
I am very much. It's your hall. It's your time. It's your.
I just wanted to hit the long rest button.
That is perfect. So let's do some leveling up. Let's do some long resting. Let's do some moments, and we'll reconvene.
Ooh.
Does the dragons cast spells generally?
Some do. Depends what level they're.
Cast the spell on you.
Can I go first?
'Cause you're mine.
After Justin stopped singing. I didn't even get any new spell slots.
Do you not? You learning new spells?
He got spell slots. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I get any more slots, but I do get to learn more spells.
You're done?
I'm done because barbarians suck balls.
And we're back. All right, so we have 3 new characters that are leveled up to level 6. Tell us about what you got. Oh, do we want to roll some dicey-diceys for the hitty pointies?
Yes, please.
Tell us what you got. We'll roll your dice after you give us a rundown.
Okay, so I, as a level 6 paladin, you and friendly creatures within 10 feet of you gain a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier. You must
Just all the time?
all the time. It's an aura of
Oh,
protection.
okay. Yeah, nice.
Unfortunately, I'm not that charismatic, but we get +1 extra.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I must be conscious for this effect to be active.
Okay. All right.
D10, please.
Is that it? That's all you got?
That's all I got.
No new spells?
No
It's
new
going to be a
spells.
quick level up.
Yep. D10.
Increase to hit?
Nope.
Never.
D10.
Extra attacks?
Nope. D10. Beat a 1, and I'll take it.
7.
I'll take it.
All right. What about you, Mr. Moradius? What goes on in his mind? How does he
So
wake up?
Moradius chose to level up as a barbarian.
Oh, terrible choice.
Yep, it was. And Moradius gets a new ability called Mindless Rage, so he cannot be charmed or mentally affected while in rage.
That's not nothing.
And if he enters rage while in that state, it's suspended for the period of his rage.
Oh, great.
Pretty cool.
So he
So he
can't be
gets-
charmed anymore.
Gets a minute of clarity,
He's always angry.
and then he's really tired.
Swear to me.
Where's Rachel?
D12, please, brah.
D12. D12s. Oh, what'd you get?
Hate.
11.
Oh, thank
11
you.
Z's. That's a pretty good roll from me.
That's a significant roll given my constitution bonus.
Yeah, that's a lot of hit points.
Uh-huh.
What about you there, Mr. Nikron?
Okay, so Nikron gets, let's make sure I got this right, an additional sorcerer point,
Okay.
which obviously I can cash in various different ways. I get another 3rd level spell slot, and I get to learn another 3rd level spell.
Oh, seems like someone won in the level up range. Why wouldn't you be a spellcaster in
Well,
this
I know,
game?
right?
Maximize his abilities.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
What
went
did you
for-
get?
I went
Nothing.
for protection from energy as
Oh,
my new
yeah,
learned
nice.
spell.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, protection from fire.
So
So you can do friendly fire on your phone.
torch myself.
Yeah, just party members going in, you're fireballing left, right, and center. What kind of dice am I rolling here?
If I'm right, it's a D6, I think.
Tree.
4.
Oh, nice.
Happy days.
I was going to say trois. Trois? What's French for 3?
Toi.
Toi.
De toi.
What'd you call me?
You heard.
So now you guys are faced with a little bit of freedom here. This is the moment where you as a party get to decide exactly what are the next steps that you are going to do. I mean, what do you know right now? What do you want to do? What is the motivation for your characters? What are your characters thinking at this point in time?
Get outside.
Which you can very much do. You can raise the portcullises. It doesn't take you long. You find the mechanisms in the room with the ballistas. The portcullis can be raised easily, and you can get a bit of freedom, a bit of airtime.
So, Lycan goes off, stretches his wings, has a fly around, takes a dump. I think next time if I ever do an Arakukra, I'll do it as a duck. Yeah.
Meradius will say, my friends, Flunt, you are now in a closer category than you were yesterday. Friend category.
Friend adjacent.
You have moved along from acquaintance to friend.
Is there anything between acquaintance?
Colleague to acquaintance.
Not but 2 days ago, you were close personal person.
You are known.
Known dwarf.
You were but a beard on some ice. The big thing that is causing all of this, shall I say it, kerfuffle, is a big white dragon. And I feel like our lives can move in the directions they are supposed to if we take care of that but one little, and I say it advisedly, problem.
He is privileged.
The question I have for you, and I need some advice here, because I would gladly move on and test my skills against that dragon, Mano Dragano. But I wonder whether we should wait, as we talked previously, for those skilled to join us in taking on the dragon's lair. Getting us there will be a trial, and the dragon surely has licked its wounds and shored up its abilities for our next attack. It will know who we are and what we are and how we will attack it. With Falcon, perhaps, or Don John, or some of the others of the city, perhaps we have a greater chance of success. But also, should we fail, the city will then be bereft of its greatest champions. Your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, thank you for calling me a friend. In the faith of Grundanar, man, that is more than you probably know. It's friends mean everything to Grundanar.
Do they?
Yep. So thank you.
May have overstepped.
Are you guys married now?
No, not quite. Friendship goes further than marriage, you know. Bros before hoes and all shit like that. But anyway, man, I would like to state that we should probably go after the dragon sooner rather than later. From what you told me previously with your previous bout, you had him on the run, man. And, you know, dragons, they tend to hold a grudge. So if he comes back, he's going to come back pissed. So you might want to take the fight to him. So I reckon we find him. We're in the mountains. Somewhere near here is where he lives, right? These mountains are his home. So
I believe so.
I reckon we find him and end him or her. You know, I don't know.
They, them.
They, them. Yeah. Their dragon. I don't know.
Nyquin, your thoughts?
I think we had him on the ropes last time we saw him. I think let's go and get this sorted.
Let us not forget, when we walked away from our last encounter, one of our dearest was lost.
Who?
That little fella. That JR guy, remember him?
That's right, the performer.
Yeah.
But now we have far more capacity within the group.
For healing.
Exactly right.
Right.
How does that make you feel, Lindsay? Oh, yes, the performer. Obviously, as someone moves up the scale of friendship, there's not enough room for people that were already there and they have to move down.
I can sense the jealousy radiating off him.
There's a finite capacity for
the
friendship.
performer.
Yeah.
That's what JR has become.
That's what he wants to be.
Birds are little like goldfish. They just forget stuff really quickly.
No,
Is
I
that
was
why you
meaning-
can put a blanket over him and he
I was
falls
meaning
asleep?
Luke using the term performer was, portraying that he wants to be more of a performer like JR was. It's just jealousy. That's all it is.
Sure.
So we should move along.
I think it's time to take it to the dragon.
Okay.
Finish what we started.
Stick to the Drake.
Today?
Yeah, let's go right now, man. Let's,
Bring it to the chorus. Yeah.
I just love Lindsay did that in character. Really tickled people.
Yes, it is time. It is time. It is time to rid this scathe on this blight on this. Let's go kill the dragon.
Also, man, don't know if you know this about dragons, but dragons like to have big hoards of gold, treasure, and stuff.
Yes.
So you don't want to invite more people, man, because then you have to split it more ways.
Interesting.
Just speaking, that's my dwarf speaking.
Right.
But,
Can I ask it may be an indelicate question?
I mean, we're friends now, so you can ask whatever the hell you
Are
want, man.
you guys high?
Not right now. I mean, maybe a bit of
I
residual.
feel like that would qualify your response somewhat.
All good. I am all good, brother.
You've flown it out.
Yeah, that's right.
You've flown it off.
I'm just high on the fact that I have 2 new friends.
Excellent. Right. Well, let's make sure this place is ready for the townsfolk, which it seems like it is.
They can move the bodies.
They'll decompose.
Yeah, they'll get rid of them. That's
Cleanup is not part of our purview.
No, certainly won't bring more sturges into this area.
for peasants.
Right. Let's I don't know which way to go from here.
And that's the question that I have for you. So these are the moments right now, as players, as characters, as people. What do you know about what is there? You know there's a white dragon. You know some things about that white dragon. Unfortunately, JR's not here because JR saw a vision that entailed a white dragon. You could go back and listen to the episode and know exactly what he saw.
We saw the dragon flying up into the mountains.
Yes.
So we know it's up high.
I can do a nature check.
Mm-hmm. What else do you know?
We know it. JR talked about it in the peaks of the mountains, covered in snow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I could do do you want me to quickly go through the library? Is there a library?
No, what I'm asking you is what do you guys know? So this isn't a moment of me
right.
role-playing. This is me saying as players, what do you know
We
right
saw it
now?
fly off in a certain direction,
what
right?
is your plan? Because you're saying we want to go kill the
I feel
dragon.
like that's a loaded question, Justin.
Yeah.
You know damn well we know fuck all.
Well, I want to know part of this is my job is to remind you of some things as well. So it has been a while, if this was a 4-hour, 5-hour playthrough, then some of this might have been fresh in your mind. But I don't know. Remember, if you recall when JR touched the shrine of Savras, a vision popped through his mind, and that vision took him to a place where he saw a fortress at the top of something called Ice Spire Peak.
I remember that.
I was going to say, you'd
JR,
think the person that was playing that character would.
Does my character know any of that?
Well, your character might not, but you guys had conversations about it.
I think I recall it, but it's in crayon.
Yeah, so I mean, really, what I'm trying to ascertain here as a GM is what is your go-to? How are you approaching this? Are you just going to wander? Are you just going to look? I mean, I know that you have seen the peaks of the Sword Mountains before, and you've ascertained maybe that one of those peaks is exactly where that vision took place.
So I would like to, if there's any books or library in here, I was going to hopefully try and look through the Dwarven knowledge for some sort of old mine shaft up in the mountains, describing what I've heard so far, for like an old minecraft, large cave, anywhere that could house a dragon that might have been an existing like cave mouth structure dug by the dwarves.
It was a fortress at the top of a mountain there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're in a fortress, aren't we, though? At the top of a mountain?
No, at the bottom of a mountain. And it was surrounded by snow. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So not this one.
Okay. I mean, then I will do the same thing, but look for fortresses.
Yeah,
at the
there
top
hasn't been a library in here, though. So
no books?
No.
No.
I wonder if Nykrin might do a little fly.
Could I do... I have a skill that I have not been able to use yet called stone... it's basically
stone cutting.
It is stone cutting.
He didn't get the rest of the unning bit out. He got to cut.
Stone cutting in 5e is a bit weird because it's plus 6 to stone history.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know...
The stones have been here a long time. They've seen some shit.
I feel like, you know, a mountain, old fortress is like some sort of stone history I'd know about.
I think you are pushing it very far there.
It's 5e though, come on.
There.
Natural 18 on the die.
I mean, what I know
Plus
here
6.
is this is not a piece of new information that you need. You have all the info. I can tell you as a GM, you have all the information. You've just got to go back and you've got to talk about it and you've got to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to approach it. You know that it's the top of the Sword Mountains. You know you've got to climb up to the peaks. You know you've got to get into the snow up there. It's just a matter of going, you know, where are the peaks? You know that I Spy a Peak is a thing and that's exactly where it is and you found it and it's even been pointed out to you from a distance. You just got to get up there.
Okay. We go to the tool room in the blacksmith in our fortress. We grab some ice picks. We grab some ropes. We grab some furs. And then we head to I Spy a Peak.
And I guess you're trying to hand wave some of this, but what I'm trying to say is plan for a dragon attack, guys.
I don't know
That's what I'm trying to ask you. Make a plan of attack for the dragon right now. Plan for something. Instead of what I'm asking you guys to do is I want to hear what your plan is. I want to hear how you're going to approach this, what you're thinking.
You want that in character or you want that?
Either or, as players in character.
I'm thinking Nykrin's probably going to be the one to draw it out, right? I'm the one who can get its attention, flying around. You guys are kind of lying in wait. I get it to come out of its lair and you guys flank it and I'll just fucking fire in its face.
We understood from last time we met it that it stayed in the air and Moradius' only opportunity there is to throw javelins at it, which kind of worked. We peppered it from a distance and that was good. We want to soften it up that way. Nykrin, however, has the greatest ability to meet it in its aerial space and do that damage from a distance. We need to make sure it doesn't catch you. And I don't know how to do that from the ground unless I can draw it to me.
I personally think you are the last person to draw it out.
But I mean, like, if it's in the cave, how are we going to get its attention to come out?
Who are you, dragon? Get the fuck out of here, pussy.
And Moradius has no qualms about going in. He would absolutely go one-on-one on this dragon and take it on. He sees the value of his friends to help him do that, but he sees the test in front of him as this is the dragon that killed JR and there is retribution to be had, but also a test of his strength to be had.
Did you want to give one of us your necklace of fireball beads?
Sure.
Because then we can throw them.
That's a great idea.
If we're...
I like that.
Take that on.
Well, you want me to take it?
I hand it out to whoever wants to take it.
Moradius doesn't want them.
Okay.
I don't need a necklace of fireballs. I am a fireball.
He's got a very sharp sword and a very pointy hat and some gloves that buff him up.
Orange pen. Nice. Just to emphasize the fire.
So, we have to find the lair. I think Nykrin is fundamental to find it. Come back to us. If you can do that quietly and scouty-like, that would be great. We need to get to the lair, so there will be some climbing and some trudging through snow.
Do you want me to see if I can draw it down to the ground?
I think it's a long way for you to kite a creature like that.
Yeah, it's probably faster than me as well.
Well, it took off at some speed, and you couldn't catch it when it took off because we tried to Remember, we tried to get it. We knew it was on the ropes, and it got away from us faster than we could keep up with it.
Yeah.
Even with a horse of bones, I couldn't do it. So we need to find it. We need to get to the lair, and then we need to find a way to attack it that puts us at the advantage, not in its space. And we don't know if it's a fortress. There will be some finding it in the fortress. I don't know I can't recall if JR said where it was in that fortress. So we've got a little bit of searching through a place to find it. I don't know what dragons like that if they like to be out in the open or if they like a underground lair or what that means. But they're the things that Mercedes is kind of trying to figure out. Until he gets a sense of where it is, he can't make a plan of how to attack it because we could be inside.
What about the traveling aspect of this? You're going into the ice, up into the peaks. How well are you provisioned to be able to survive in there? What things have you got that we talked a little bit about the dragon. You just sort of said, you've got your sword, which is specific to dragon slaying. You've got Fireball necklace, which had 5 charges on it when you first got it. And
so there we go. Yeah, 4 charges.
You've used a couple. You've got your spells. What else have you got in your arsenal that could work against a dragon? But also, how are you going to maneuver around the environmental dangers of just being in the top of a mountain peak? Like that itself is going to be difficult.
Well, as I said, we have a tool room that the tools were in immaculate condition is what we got told. So I reckon we grab some picks and we use them to help ice climb if we need to. Get some rope.
Because realistically, where are we going to be able to provide ourselves with that sort of equipment from? We'd have to go all the way back to the village.
I've got 50 foot of rope, and what we've done in the past is get Nightcrin to fly up, anchor it, and then we climb up. That's kind of worked. I feel like I'm strong enough to climb up a rope for quite some time. Trudging through the snow will be a thing, and the weather will be a thing. Again, Mercedes feels like he's hardy enough to withstand some of that, but we should rug up.
We didn't see any pelts or furs or anything while we were in here, did we?
Probably old ones.
There's a dead wolf up there.
Takes some time to cure that.
Yeah, it would. Or how many sturges to stitch together?
Sturge cloak.
Sucks the blood as you wear it. But Mercedes feels comfortable with what he's got, that he can make that trek. And, it will take a toll, but...
How long in terms of time for food and things like that? We got to forage for food and get supplies for that.
You don't think that the peak is more than probably a day?
Mercedes has 10 days worth of rations still on him.
Okay.
We're good for light. If there's an overnighter, that might be trouble. Do we need a tent? Do we need to, that there'll be some survivaling.
Yep.
In fact, Mercedes would like to look at the weather and see what the weather will be like over the next couple of days and see if it's going to storm up, or if you can tell that. Is there a survival check you can do to do that?
Hey, Siri.
Make a survival check.
What's the weather?
Pulls out his phone.
You got a 14?
Yeah, you think over the next little while there is no inclement weather that you can see, judging by the clouds. And
so it's going to get hot through the day, and then the nights will get cold, but we should be fine.
Let's do this then.
That's what I said. Let's go.
Mm.
You're ready? You're warm?
I'm ready.
And the idea is who's gonna draw it out?
I will.
Okay.
And I'll be right there beside you.
And you'll be behind us. We don't know until we see it. Like, it could be a cave, but it's in a fortress, right?
True.
And so it is that your party sets out, the three of you begin to ascend through the mountains, starting to find the trails and starting to move up the peaks. It's not so hard to move. Like these aren't trails like that you would see that are well worn for a long period of time, but it's not long before you ascend probably 500 feet above sea level before you can start to see the peaks of the ice biome, of the Sword Mountains and the Ice Spire Peak in the distance, the one that was pointed to you by JR that time ago as he did that research. JR did recognize these things and had this conversation with you. And you start moving up as the altitude becomes to get a little thinner. The temperature starts to plummet quite low, and you start to get into more icy, snowy, moving, hindering kind of terrain as you start trudging through ankle-deep snow, then through knee-deep snow, and you start moving away across these areas. Before you know it, you have traveled for most of this day, and the night is about to fall. You're still some distance away from the peak. You've only traveled about 24 miles, and you think you've got a few miles left to go.
Just make. Do you want to go through the night, man, or do you want to make camp?
No, I think we should hunker down. We're very vulnerable at night time. We know there are wolves and yetis and all kinds of creatures that are better able to navigate in the darkness. So,
Do you want to make a cold camp or?
Fire out here will help us stay alive, but it's also going to stand out like dog balls.
Wolf balls,
Wolf
in fact.
balls, yeah. Yeti balls. Oof, they're massive.
Yeti balls. Interesting.
I'd look to the wisdom of you two, but I think we can hunker down and use our body's warmth to keep each other alive, and a cold dinner and a cold camp and an early rise, and use the heat of the day.
Come hither, children. Like kind of puffs up like a chicken with her eggs.
Mm-hmm. And you sort of huddle around. You have your cold meal, taking your tack out of your bags, and the icy chill starts to flow off of the mountain peaks. It starts to get colder as the temperature begins to plummet. During the day, the temperature here is just slightly above freezing. But at nighttime, it gets colder and colder and colder. It's starting to get to a point where it's becoming uncomfortable for you to be inside of the cold.
I put on my cold weather gear.
Okay, what does your cold weather gear do?
Just gives me normal saving throws against cold weather.
Okay, all of you need to start making a constitution.
Kind of before we do that,
check,
can we have a discussion about starting a fire?
Sure. If it's getting cold, you can talk to her.
Yeah. I mean,
it's up to you, man. I mean, I'm okay. I'm just saying, we might be a bit. Might have to.
If you are
defend the
cold,
camp, but yeah.
you should. We do not want you walking into tomorrow impeded. So do what you need to do.
I don't want to be a chicken lollipop. So I'm going to prestidigitate a fire with some wood fuel.
Mm-hmm. So you build a fire.
Yeah.
So you brought some wood with you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So you build a fire on the side. Even with your fire, the temperature has plummeted quite low. Gives you a little bit more, but you need to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Con saves.
Yeah.
You get +1 from me if you're within 10 feet cuddling.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, I get advantage with cold weather gear.
You get advantage and we get +1?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
The advantage is on the cold weather gear.
Gotcha.
When I made this character, I'm like, kind of makes sense.
You found him in cold. Yeah, I think that does. Marady's got 17.
17. What about you,
Nikron got
Nikron?
19.
Nikron and Flunt?
14.
14. The night begins to pass. I need one for each hour.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
Without shelter, without anything else. The fire warms you, but it certainly does not keep you very. So I need number 2, please.
17.
15.
21.
Yeah.
Number 3, please.
16.
19.
24.
It's only a matter of time. Number 4, please.
7.
14.
14.
Nikron, you start to get cold. You feel a chill that renders your body. It's very hard for you to get warm at this point in time. You're so cold. The extremities start to freeze up a little bit. You now take disadvantage upon your con saves.
Oh, disadvantage.
Oh, that makes it harder to save.
Yep. Your speed is now halved.
How many more hours does Meridius think before sunrise?
Well, it's been 4 hours so far. The night time is at least 8.
Okay.
So 8 to 10 hours is how long you actually think the night time is going to last for. And in the cold, it's actually probably a bit longer than that. Number 5, please.
Natural 20.
And you want me to have disadvantage with these, right?
I don't want you to have
Oh, yeah,
it,
yeah. So,
but
okay,
you just do.
8.
That's 2 saves. Can you just...
No, I did. That was the lowest one.
Yeah. So can you just mark 2 at this point?
2 fails.
2 fails.
14.
Yep. Number 6.
Do you wake us up telling us that you're fucking freezing?
I've already got my beak frozen.
17.
14.
13.
Okay. Number 7.
Oh, I rolled a double natural 20.
Oh,
Hey.
Just making you roll out all the good dice
That's
before the big
That's
fight.
fine. That's fine.
19.
Yeah. What'd you get, Nikon?
Oh, it would have been a 20. Well, I get +1 from you still? 26.
Yeah.
Either way you go.
10.
Slice it.
Okay.
I feel like you should get warmer from that double natural 20. I think you should lose one.
And
Like you can
8
bust
hours
yourself.
goes past.
14 again.
26.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 15. Sorry, 15.
It has been 8 hours of rest that you guys have had at this point in time. It is still dark. It is still morning time, but you have slept fitfully. Do you raise camp at this point in time? Do you wake up? Do you call it a night? Do you go? Or do you continue to try and get a little bit more rest?
Meridius will wake up and check on his companions and make sure they're okay
Mm-hmm.
and start kind of getting breakfast ready and, the early riser of a soldier, getting camp sorted, trying to bury the poo in this white snow is difficult.
Especially
Yours
for
is fine,
Nikon.
Nikon. His
Yeah.
white on white is quite...
Eggs for breakfast.
Eggs for breakfast.
How do you feel?
It goes without saying that Nikon, you didn't sleep well. You were fitful. You've
Have I
had a
taken
pretty
any damage
bad
for that,
night. I'm glad you asked because I'm going to read this for you. The creature freezes to death if it suffers 6 consecutive fails.
Oh, okay. What does it get for 2 consecutive fails?
Nothing.
Okay. Phew.
It's 5e.
It's 5e, all or nothing.
That's like
all or
6.
nothing.
That's a
So
lot.
that
6.
said, though, you are still, because you failed one,
2.
or 2, you can only now get rid of that effect if you go to a place of warmth. So you have to actually become warm
So he's-
before you get rid of your disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and the fact that your speed is now halved.
What you should do, cast resist fire on yourself
That's
and then burning hands yourself.
or resist cold?
You have to spend at least an hour in a place of warmth
An
before
hour.
you can
I
negate.
can light enough fire up here for an hour. Yeah, hang on, place of warmth. So, like an actual campfire would be enough to warm them up.
No, you have to be in shelter.
Like a fire bolted floor every 6 seconds for an hour.
So we need to find a place to hunker down in that's shielded from the elements. Then
Mhm.
we'll journey
like a
up.
fortress.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Or you're slow.
The inside of a
and-
dragon.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Okay, let's keep moving then at half speed.
You can ride the horse.
No, just fly at half speed.
In a miserable turn of events, Nikon gets up, and probably for you guys, you haven't seen him in this mood before. He's,
You are more blue than I thought you were.
But I'm outside. I'm happy. I'm happy. It's time to migrate, but yeah.
he keeps drifting south. As your party treks through the unforgiving, frigid terrain of the Sword Mountains, a peculiar sight draws your attention. Nestled amidst the desolate, wind-swept foothills, you stumble upon a massive, frozen figure encased in ice. This colossal creature, now preserved in icy slumber, is an ogre. Its life snuffed out by the merciless breath, you think, of a white dragon. Evidently, the dragon's appetite was not large enough to carry off such a hefty prize, and so it abandoned the ogre here.
Nice. Check for anything there.
Mm-hmm. You start looking. Just make a survival check for me, please.
Oh, survival check first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word, I'm rolling doubles of everything each time. 4.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Mm-hmm.
9.
As you look at it, you notice, however, that the ogre's frosty prison guards a not-so-secret treasure, I guess. Nestled within the ice, you spot a conspicuous, substantial sack. Regrettably...
That's a Yeti, not an ogre.
Regrettably, though, this enticing cache remains out of reach until you can either chip away at the ice or employ a method to melt it.
Man,
Burning hands.
do we need it? Unless it's magical, man. Do we need it? We can always come back on a way out after killing the dragon. What are we gonna? We're not going to find a hot cabin in there, are we?
I bow to the greater wisdom.
That's not me, man.
That's not you. Yes, no.
Great.
I mean, I bow to the greater intelligence. Oh no, I bow to the charisma. Oh, jeepers. Yeah. Can you burn your way in there, Nikrin, or shall we move along?
How much do you think it's going to take to?
How deep in the ice is it?
What are you going to use?
So burning hands is what I was going to use him.
Yeah, you think
But, I
maybe...
mean, I say that, but I mean that's like a Dex DC, so it doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah, you kind of look at it, and you could probably pepper this thing with your 0-level spells, doing how much damage they do, 2d10 plus whatever.
Yeah.
It's not an insignificant amount of heat.
All right, let's do that.
So you spend your time to try and melt the snow or the ice, with magical.
Point blank range, yeah.
As you unveil the contents of the sack, you eventually get a melted, wet kind of sack out of there. You discover a rusty...
Stop saying sack.
It's a sack.
Wait, what did you? What would you call it? A bag?
Scrotum.
A pouch? They all mean the same thing.
Yeah. As you unveil the contents of the testicular, the problem is though that it's a very small sack until you start warming it up, and then it gets bigger and bigger. As you unveil the contents of the sack, you discover a rusty dwarven helm, 2 halves of a splintered wooden shield, an incongruous tumbleweed, a crumpled cowboy hat, a forlorn sackcloth doll. However, it's in dire need of skilled hands to mend it. So far, you've thought, wow, what a great haul.
Is there an emblem on the shield?
that
On the
this
split
ogre
shield?
has. No, it's just splintered. It's in parts and broken and stuff. But as you've moved the sack, you also see attached to the ogre's belt underneath 3 vials. You can see the stoppers of them just poking out.
How long
from
did it
under
take
its
to melt
belt.
this? About an hour?
No,
high heat?
No, probably, 3 or 4 kind of good bouts would have melted enough for you to get to the sack. But yeah, you see the stoppers of 3 vials.
A cowboy hat.
A crumpled cowboy hat.
No, I'm just curious. Is a cowboy... I've never actually thought about hat wear in a D&D realm. Are cowboy hats a common thing in D&D?
People wear hats all the time.
You use the word incongruous, which is what made me think.
That was the bull.
That was a tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Incongruous tumbleweed.
Well, still weird.
None of this is useful, right? Those vials. Can anyone we also had the vials from the alcove in the dwarven hall that we never identified, which we would have overnight. But these vials, anyone?
I mean, do you want to melt them out again, man?
No, you can just reach in
We
and
can
grab
grab
them.
them. It's
Grab
just
them.
identifying what they
Well,
are, isn't it?
that's not them.
Easy, to the left. Don't grab that.
I grab them.
Yep, you
That's
pull
not
out vials that are labelled healing.
Oh,
3
they got-
of them.
Great.
They got labels.
Excellent. So this is a
They
very
look-
well ordered ogre.
Yeah.
They do look very similar to the vials that you picked up inside of the dwarven fortress of Actium.
Okay. So there would I'll take one.
For the team.
Yeah, I'll almost hold them. Do you want them or do you,
I think I probably could do with honestly mushrooms in these ones, though, right?
correct, man. I mean, I've still got some on me if you want another one, Maradius, man.
Some mushrooms to push into the
Yeah, I could do
vials.
that. too.
Funnily enough, I'd prefer an
No, I mean,
ogre vial than the ones with your mushrooms.
no, I mean, I still got some healing potions of my own that I
Right.
brought with
Don't
me.
they have the mushrooms though?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you want more than just the one from the ogre,
Just a taste.
Do you want?
I might
two
take the
healing
ogre one
potions?
and the dwarven one if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Good man. Go for it.
The going is tough and miserable, especially for Nikron, who is suffering from the effects of cold, is not feeling warm at all. Parts of your body, your feathers, I guess you might have feeling in them. I don't know how birds
I would
feel
imagine
those
it might
things.
be stimulating my winter plumage to come
But
out.
there is certainly, you're downing up.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? But yeah, you are miserable. You are cold. All of you are facing the freezing colds as you move very slowly, very tiresomely towards the peak of the mountain.
I kind of imagine when you see these documentaries of penguin chicks that get left alone in the ice while they're waiting for their parents to come back, just look miserable.
Yeah.
Windswept kind of like
And there's like snow just pushed on one side.
Right, yeah.
Some like just this liquid coming out from your beak on one.
That's another good
on one
Arakocra
way.
idea.
Yeah, penguin.
Yeah, I'm just there.
Like an underwater Arakocra. That'd be amazing.
The clouds partly obscure a stone fortress situated atop an icy spur of jagged, snow-covered mountain that you recognize as the Ice Spire Peak, a landmark so enormous as to be visible from Phandalin on a clear day. The mountain dwarfs the fortress, which consists of two separate structures joined together by a stone bridge between them. A narrow, winding path corkscrews up the mountainside to the smaller of the two structures and appears to be the only safe way to be able to reach it by land. It's an unwelcome path, but not as unwelcome as the cold and the howling wind that buffets you. And we'll see you next time.
Oh.
We got about 50 more episodes if there's a bridge.
We're headed to the end, boys. This is getting to the pointy part of this.
The
I
pointy part.
spy with my little
The
eye.
icy part.
This
It is. Yeah. On the rocks.
Part with the sharp, pointy teeth.
the part where you kill the BBDG in one round.
Yep. I can do that.
The Bernie breath that will hurt.
It's all right. I've taken away the guy who said I'm going to fly up and be the bait. Flying at what, 20 foot?
Well, I was never going to outrun him anyway, though, because he was always faster than me. Wasn't
No, same speed.
he? Same speed.
Yeah, I think so.
He flew. He fly
for an
run.
hour.
Yeah, somewhere in that fortress you'll warm up.